Howdy folks, how's it going? Gabriel here. It is a beautiful day here in Zipolite in Oaxaca, Mexico. Show the scene outside the door here. I'm in my nice little room for $12 a night. So in this video I'm going to show everything that I have in my backpack, everything that I've been traveling with on this recent trip, the past 2.5 months around Mexico, Belize, and Guatemala. So as you can see, I have a nice mess of stuff here, which I'm going to go through. And so I'll start off here with the backpack. I have here a Kelty medium-sized backpack. I have a much larger REI backpack for actual backpacking, but for budget traveling in a foreign country, generally you want something a little bit smaller. You're not taking a tent, sleeping bag, sleeping mattress, stove, stuff like that, generally. And so you want to get your weight down and the size of your bag down. That makes a big difference when you're trying to stuff it, you know, in a compartment on a bus or whatever. So medium-sized backpack here, some books stuffed in there. For now I have both shoes and sandals. Oftentimes if I'm going to the tropics, you know, warm places, then I would just have sandals. Maybe I'd have 2 pair of sandals. But this time then I knew that I was going into like interior Guatemala, and so I brought the pair of shoes just in case, and it turned out that was definitely a good thing. And so here is the clothes section. A pair of jeans, a pair of sort of comfy pajama type pants. I have lots of t-shirts, so this bag has a variety of t-shirts and thin lightweight shirts in it. A little bag for socks and underwear. And a warmer pullover type of a jacket, which I bought just recently a couple of weeks ago when I was in Guatemala, because it was up in the upper elevations and a little bit cooler. And so the socks are also obviously dependent on whether you're bringing shoes. So if you're not bringing shoes, you really don't need socks. And then also in the clothes section is my rain jacket. My rain jacket is a permanent fixture in my backpack. It just goes into my day pack that I carry around with me during the day. And just leave it in there. It helps to cushion the back of the backpack with the other stuff in there. And then you have rain protection. You don't have to think about it in case it starts raining, or if it gets, you know, windy at the top of a mountain or a bluff on the sea or whatever, then you have something there as a, you know, just in case to keep you warm or dry. And so my day pack here is, you know, what I take walking around when I head out on the beach, go walking around a town or whatever. And there are specific things that go in here. Water bottle, obviously, is an essential. Wallet and change pouch. And then my journal for writing down random suggestions. You know, just whatever comes to mind. I have that in my day pack with me. My guidebook, which currently is for Guatemala. I haven't gotten one for Mexico yet. And then in here we also have a watch, some chapstick type stuff, and a little lock. Now this is a good tip. So it happened once that I know of, that I was walking along in India in a crowded marketplace area, and I felt a little something at the back of my backpack. And I turn around and there's a guy there, and I'm quite certain that he was trying to pickpocket me, or, you know, get into my backpack and get my wallet. You know, because I have my wallet here, it's kind of not the most brilliant thing, which is then hanging on the back of my back, and I can't really see it. So this little lock comes in handy, because if I'm in a crowded market sort of an area where I feel, you know, a little you know, shaky about possibly getting robbed, then I can close the, well, this would be closed anyways, but you can close the zippers here and then lock them together, and then at least that little compartment with your wallet and maybe your passport or whatever is locked tight. And then this is a little bag that is also a permanent fixture in my day pack here, with some assorted useful things in it. Headlamp, just in case you're caught coming back in the middle of the night or something. Emergency toilet paper, an essential one. Put it in there and always have it handy. Needle and thread and scissors for repairing stuff. lighter, earplugs for like if you're on a bus and want earplugs to quiet things down, fingernail clippers, Leatherman knife, hacky sack just if I'm hanging out bored somewhere and waiting for a bus or whatever, and then a hat of some kind to keep the sun off your face is definitely an essential. Alright, so now we come to the main section here. Let's see, I'll also point out the blanket is an essential one, something else that you just put in the bottom of the main backpack there. And I'm not using it here, it's hot, just this little sheet is really all that is needed, but depends on where you're going, and it is a good thing to have both for added warmth, or if the blankets wherever you end up seem a little iffy, or some places just don't provide blankets at all. Also, the bicycle lock here is a good one to throw in the bag. You don't end up using it all that often, but for staying in hostels, I then lock my backpack to the bunk bed or whatever bed, and then it's at least that much slightly more secure, so that while you're gone during the day, then nobody can at least just grab your backpack and run with it. Presumably you're going to have your most important stuff locked up anyways. Most hostels these days will have little compartments, little like lock boxes that you can put your computer and camera or whatever you want to in there, and then lock it with your own lock. But then your backpack with your clothes and stuff, they oftentimes don't have large enough lockers for that. The lock is also very useful for if you're on a train, say in India or whatever, and your backpack is going to be going underneath a bunk bed down below you. You're up on the top bunk, and then they will have little things that you can use to lock your baggage too. So you put your backpack, your suitcase or whatever under there, and then you can use the bicycle lock to lock it to the little latch that they have under there, so that it's definitely secure while you're snoozing away in the middle of the night. And then coming to everything else here, so here you have a flashlight, lighter, a little pen drive for backing up the files on my computer, pen. This is a extra water bottle, just kind of a just-in-case thing, in case I was in some situation where I wanted to carry more water than just my little water bottle there. Passport, cell phone charger, address book. So this is a universal travel adapter, which is really an essential thing to have on you, even though I haven't used it at all on this trip because I've been staying in North America. But this allows you to plug your electronic devices into any plug anywhere around the world. So it has an assortment of different plugs on it. So this would be for like Europe and India, and then there's for the US and Canada and Mexico, and then that's the UK, I think. And then on this side, you can also plug any type of a plug into this here. So these things are pretty cheap. Travel universal adapter. It's also a surge protector. And so you want to grab one of those, throw it in the bag, especially if you're not sure exactly where you're going to end up on your trip. Now, there is another contraption that I don't have, which is a voltage converter, which is completely different, although sometimes a voltage converter will have a different type of a plug on it that will allow you to plug into a specific country that you might be going to. So if you're just going to one country or several countries that all have the same plug, then you might be able to get a 2-in-1 voltage converter and socket adapter. The voltage converter is what converts the electricity appropriately for your devices, because some places use 110 to 120 volts, and some places use 220 to 240 volts. So in North America, we use 110. In Europe and India and elsewhere, then they use 220. And if you plug your devices into a plug in Europe, it's going to get fried by the greater electrical charge there. So there's a plug. It also looks like sort of a box type thing like that will change the electrical output so that it corresponds with the devices from whichever country you're coming from. So that is a voltage converter. So that's another thing, just to look online and see if you need one of those. All right. So you got the cell phone, beard trimmer, a little just kind of general ointment stuff for cuts or bruises. This is for calluses and cuts and whatever on your feet, called moleskin. Earplugs are an essential. Here I have some water purification tablets that I got on my trek to Nepal a year ago. And I've just thrown them in the bag because I've had them. I haven't actually had to use them, but you might as well. You just never know when you might be somewhere that you feel iffy about the water. Sunglasses and a little sunglass pouch. Another lock. There was the tiny lock that's in there, but this is a larger lock that is more secure. A lot of places then, especially if it's third world countries and budget hotels, there will not be a lock on the door. You're assumed that you're going to have your own lock. And that's a good thing because then you're the only one with the key. A little handy bag here for stuffing a lot of this stuff in. This is a good one. Swimming goggles. So I'm here on the Pacific Ocean, tropical paradise. It's nice to be able to go in the water and see what's under there, but I don't feel like hauling around a whole, snorkeling mask and the snorkel and the fins or whatever. But you can see underwater great with these. It's nice and small, lightweight. You throw it in your backpack, and then if you're going to the beach, throw it in your day pack, bring it with you, and you're good to go. Some aloe vera is good for sunburns, also moisturizer, extra batteries. Here I have my little camera pouch. It's just a fanny pack, but it's become my camera bag. In the front pouch here, then I will have extra batteries and extra SD cards, and then in here goes the camera and my little tripod. So this is what I use if I'm going to be talking to the camera or whatever. It's really flexible, and you can put it on a rock, on a tree branch, whatever, to stabilize the camera. And so here is my little bag of handy snacks in case I get hungry in the middle of the night, and with some granola for breakfast, although I've been eating breakfast at a restaurant nearby that has awesome breakfast. But notice that it is wrapped up in this plastic bag so that it's ant-proof. That's an essential one because otherwise ants are going to find their way into your food. And then, of course, the toiletry bag with the usual stuff. That's just about covering things. The last thing, towel and a sarong. When going to beach destinations, I recommend having both a towel and a sarong. The towel I leave in my room and use it to dry off after taking a shower or washing my face before going to bed or whatever. The sarong is what I take with me when I go to the beach. And then this is what's getting sandy and that I'm drying off with when I'm covered in salt. And then this stays relatively cleaner. And then the last thing is the computer situation here. I have an old Acer laptop. It's definitely time to replace this thing, but it still works. It's small. I like it. It's kind of slowing down, but for now it's still working. This is obviously where I edit my videos, get online, do writing, etc. And so I love it that it's as small as it is. I have a external mouse. This is the charger for my camera, and the cool thing is that it has this little part that can either be connected or taken off. And so this will plug into a regular socket, but then in an instance like this, in which there's only one socket and it's being used by my computer, then it also has a USB connector that can plug into my laptop, and then my camera can be charging while my laptop is also plugged in. So that covers everything, the whole kit and caboodle, everything I'm traveling with. Take it easy.